Uh, our next speaker is Shri Kaushik Paitandi, Chief Manager, Head Marketing, Genus Power Infrastructure Limited. He will talk about types of diaphragm gas meters and advantages of diaphragm gas meters. So, Sri Paitandi is an expert in the field of gas metering and has worked with Itron and Secure Meter in his previous assignments. I will request Kaushik sir to kindly share his presentation and start his talk.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. Uh, Thank you, Kundan sir, for the lovely introduction, and thank you, BIS, for inviting me to this presentation. I will within a short period. This only 20 minutes of time is here, so I'll try my best to finish this within the stipulated time. Otherwise, Kundan sir is here to remind me, so it's okay. Yeah, yeah. So, thank you everyone. So, my EA is basically I am going to give a brief on functionalities of gas meter, basically domestic diaphragm meters. So, but before that, I would like to introduce Genus because most of the many of you may be knowing Genus, but for a generic platform, creating a platform, I think it's a required thing to use Genus. So, Genus. Genus is a Kailash Group comes under the Kailash Group company. It's a 400 million USD dollar company. We are engaged into design, development, and manufacturing of electricity energy meters since 1996. And recently, last 3 years, we are into last 3 4 years rather, we are into gas meter manufacturing as well. So we have a state of the art electronic and mechanical manufacturing facilities spread across 5 plants like Jaipur, Haridwar, Guwahati. We are one of the largest smart meter manufacturers in India, and we are a public limited company listed in NSE and BSE. Yeah, under Kailash Group, there are 6 companies basically: Genus Power, Yajur, Genus Paper, Genus Apparels, Kailash, Coal and Coke, and Genus Innovation. Basically, Genus Power is the largest among all this, and we are into measuring equipments like meters, obviously, and Genus Innovation is into power backups and batteries and solar renewable energies. This is the power sector leadership from us. We have a manufacturing capacity of more than 10 million meters cumulatively per year, more than 70 million meters deployed across 17 countries, 2.5 million smart meters installed so far as of now, and we are a CMI level 3 company accredited with various national international certification, and we provide end-to-end AMI solutions. AMI means automatic metering infrastructure, which is currently hot topic in the industry, smart metering and all. So we provide that end-to-end solution here. We have an employee base of more than 3,500 active manpowers, and we have a government recognized R&D state-of-the-art R&D facility. This is the diversified product mix of Genus. We are into meters. So we are present in commercial and residential meterings, industrial meterings, prepayment meters, along with the solutions, distribution like distribution transformer meters, gas meters, and gas meters. Also, we are into mechanical gas meters, postpaid AMR gas meters, and prepaid gas meters are also under development. We also provide grease substation and metering ABT compliant meters. ABT means availability based tariff meters. These are the global certifications we have. Just quick, I'm going with due to time constantly, that's CMI level 3 and R&D. All these certificates, needful certificates we have for the global catering of the meters. This is the product customer portfolio. We present in almost 18 countries, mainly African and Middle East countries, including Singapore. and we present in almost all the utilities in India, basically electrical utilities. And currently, we are serving gas, most of the gas utilities, that CGDs in India as well, with our domestic meters. This is about our infrastructure. So this is there are the 5 manufacturing facilities. One is in Jaipur, one is in two is Haridwar and Guwahati. Jaipur we have two basically, and in Jaipur facility, our manufacturing facility, our gas meters is manufacturing at Jaipur facility. Rest are basically belongs to our electricity meter manufacturing. This is about our research and development. We have R&D recognized by Department of Science and Industrial Research of India. Over 200 technocrats are working over here. We have a national aggregated lab here that are BIS and IC certified. Integrated design and development facilities also there. This is our infrastructure facility of fully automated SMT lines. This is basically belongs to the electricity meters. It's a fully automated metering line. We manufacture this in India and various parts of India like Jaipur, Haridwar. We have also our in-house facility for injection molding as well. So any plastic equipments, mostly not all, but mostly we are manufacturing all the plastic equipments of electricity meters and gas meters in-house also. So to ensure the quality of the product for measuring units and all. This is the tool room. So here we are tooling also done by the Genus in-house facility. This is about the gas journey so far for Genus. We have the most important certificates as of now in domestic gas meters are ID, Module B, Module D, BIS certificate. I'll come on later why this is important and all. And we delivered as of now more than 150 K gas meters to various cities in India. We already also delivered smart AMR postpaid meters. Production capacity currently is 30,000. Based on the requirement, we can increase anytime. We have our in-house AMR solutions also, that is meter interface unit MIU. And as I told earlier, payment smart meters with dual communication and all is under development, and we will release this by this year end. One of the important I would like to highlight because there is a common forum this is and everybody should know this. We have a strategic tie-up with Itron oblique right now Dresser. You all I think know about Itron. Itron is one of the market leader in gas metering company based from US. And but unfortunately they are discontinuing from India, and that metering section, especially that commercial industrial metering, that turbine, RPD, regulators, valves, EVCs, all are acquired by a company called Dresser. This is also a meter manufacturer company, but focused basically on North America, American company. Now they acquired their German facility of Itron, and Itron now becomes Dresser. But since Dresser don't have any office in India, so we are now the official channel partner for Dresser. So any meters like commercial industrial meters or regulators, valves, anything regarding commercial industrial measuring, we are dealing with Dresser now, and we'll quote accordingly to tenders and all. So we are the face of Dresser as of now for pan India market. Sorry, it's okay. It's back, I think. So coming to the main part of this presentation, these are the main topics I'm going to cover. This is a gas meter application on domestic diaphragm gas meters, installation of domestic PNG connections, function of diaphragm gas meters, G1.6 diaphragm governing standard and specification, function of diaphragm gas meters with measuring unit movement, function of parts of measuring unit of gas meters. So this problem is getting actually next page is getting a problem to me. So What is the purpose of gas meter? A gas meter is a specialized flow meter which used to measure volume of gases such as natural gas and liquefied petroleum gas. Gas meters are used at residential, commercial, and industrial buildings. The accurate gas meter or liquid flow measures ensures a safe, efficient, and environment compliant operation in measure applications. There are that's why gas is a basically a inflammable thing. So that's why all the gas segments are divided into zone 1, zone 2, zone 0. Zone 0 is the highly inflammable, zone 2 is the lowest one, like this. So meters are normally in general coming under the zone 2 facility. So to ensure that uh, accidents should happen there, so we segregate this into zones. Now there are many types of gas meters: domestic to cater the entire market, commercial, industrial, and custody transfer. This is the basically there are many more type of meters, but basically I am today focusing on main meters in the industry which is available here and which is most in use. First section is positive displacement. Under positive displacement, obviously our topic of today is diaphragm meters are coming, and rotary meters are coming. Rotary meters are basically known as RPD meters also, that is rotation per displacement. So we can have a separate presentation on this because it's a different league of meters. So we are focusing on diaphragm meters for today. Positive displacement meters required fluid to displace component. It's a completely mechanical and measuring volumetric flow. So once the gas goes into the meter and comes out, so it's absolutely done by mechanical thing, and the measurement is totally depending on the volumetric measurement. So this is about diaphragm, and there are a few more types of meters like differential or velocity meters, like turbine meters, RPD meters. So turbine meters, basically a turbine is inside, and with the flow and the velocity that turbine moves, and it continue to count the measurement accordingly. Ultrasonic, there is obviously purely it's a sensor based meter, and with the differential calculation of the flow from outlet to inlet, and by calculating that millikelvin temperature, they arrive to that flow rates, and accordingly measurement can happen. Mostly this turbine ultrasonic are used in industrial purpose. Rotary are mostly used in the commercial section, and few in industrial as well. Diaphragm mostly used for domestic and as well commercial as well. So because diaphragm, it's a pure mechanical and it's a volume based meter. So what is the happening? Once you are increasing the size, the volume and the diameter, or the area of the diameter, diaphragm meter also increase. So after a certain period of time, that gets so huge, so to manage that kind of size of meter is getting very difficult for any utility. So what they do, they always shift to rotary, which is a compact kind of meter and can measure with a better accuracy for that. So for every single unit of gas is very important in terms of industrial and commercial, because there is a high volume, yeah, and mostly utilities profitability is depending on diaphragm, commercial and industrial purpose. So for that, they always go for normally they go for rotary meters, and for industrial meters higher sizes, mostly turbine meters are in use, because turbine meters, if gas is like impurity is there, some gas are a bit impure, so there is some particles on that. So rotary meters, they have a tendency to get stuck inside. So but turbine meters, if some impurity is also there, then it will move on. So there is a possibility of less, they need very less kind of services for this tenure of their life. This is about the curve. This you can understand the curve and the functionality range of the meters. You can see a small line here. This is the diaphragm is its capacity, flow rate versus the pressure. So only in this range only diaphragm is operating. This is the range for rotary section, and the larger one is for turbine and high pressure rotary. There are specially designed meters, high pressure rotary. The class meters are defined in classes also, like normally 150 class, There are higher classes like 300 class, 600 class, 1200 class also there. So depends on the pressure and capacity and the flow rate. We select the meter and accordingly we can design. And one of the main important part that why we are going with domestic meters, diaphragm meters for the domestic section, or maybe in few commercial sections as well, because of the rate also. Rotary meters are costly meters, so you cannot afford to have rotary meters in domestic section as well because of the ROI issue. So this is one of the important thing that why we are going with diaphragm meter for domestic section. What is diaphragm gas meters? I'm focusing on G1.6 meter, which is the residential meter. So a diaphragm gas meter is a positive displacement flow meter which is used to measure the volume of gas consumption at low pressure so that the utility can bill for it. It is a specialized flow meter that can measure the volume of dry gases like LPG, low pressure pipe natural gas, and etc. It can be used for domestic and commercial purpose. These are the basic certification we required to sell gas meters in India. So this is the main guidelines to participate in the tender or main criteria. So as of now, mandatory certificate is EN 1359. That is the governing standard of that, and the issuance authority is MID. So in MID there are two sections are there, mainly product and the factory. Product MID is known as Module B. Factory related certificate is known as Module D. So these are the most important certificate which we have to quote any tender or to supply any meters to the utility. Test lab, most important two labs as of now, maybe few more. So I have listed down two only. This is FCRI Palakkad, Kerala, and Jadab Measurement, Udaipur. WNM, obviously WNM certificate is one of the most important certificate. A person must have a valid model approval, license of manufacturing, and sales and certificate dealer's license called for meters to sell these meters in India, and this is are on renewal basis. So we all anyone who want to come in this manufacturing industry of gas meters, they have to have all this certification, and this have some timelines to get it done. So because for testing of module B and all, there is one of the major certification is the durability test. That durability test uh, test up to a certain cycles of lakhs of cycles of meters without stopping the meter, so that it can check the durability of the meters and all. So this kind of time frame everybody have to have maintained before launching their gas meters in India. Is the normal structure just to have a greater idea where the meter placed and how this is the oven, and before that the meters connected with the GI pipeline, having for safety, obviously safety reason, we have a isolation valve and a regulator. So that regulator, it's basically meters are operating within that 21 millibar of range. So to maintain that pressure capacity, meters regulators in need. After that, that gas went to the go to the meters, and from the meter it will directly go to the appliance. Through appliance valves it go to the oven, the kitchen purpose. This is to give a greater idea how the placement of meters is happening. This is about the cyclic the normal basic parameters of a gas meter, which have to be one is obvious, of course, I told it that EN 1359 is the main standards, European standards, and our BIS 14439 obviously is there, which is under reformation of that. So I think it will be it's already exists, but some reformation is going on. Now coming to this tender technical parameters, one of the important parts, the most here is cyclic volume. As earlier Nayak sir told that there are different type of cyclic volumes. So this is I have mentioned that 1.2 liter, 1 meter, 1 liter, zero point 0.8, zero point 0.6, and I have given a bold on 1.2. I'll come to data why I have mentioned that 1.2 liter. So cyclic volume is the volume of gas passed by one rotation of the gas meter measuring unit and is 4 times of the volume of the diaphragm. Because the gas, once I'll show you, I have a small video on that, so you will get the clear concept on this part. Maximum flow rate Qmax is 2.5 meter cube per hour. Minimum is 0.016. Maximum working pressure is 0.5 bar. And working temperature is it's all in standard basically. So working temperature is -25 to +55 degrees centigrade, and the accuracy the curve is -%. So this is see this I arranged this video, so you can see how the gas is going inside and coming out. You can see this is it's 1.2 liter rotation, means one cycle how it's going to. I am going to play this once more. You can see once the gas is going from one chamber, so it's expanding the diaphragm, and then it's going to the next level and it's compressed that. Once it's get compressed, it will go to the next outlet chamber, from inlet to outlet. Again it expand and compress. That's why it's called four round of diaphragm compression and expansion, so that it will create one cyclic volume. And different manufacturers are following different size of cyclic volume, 0.2, zero point 0.6 point later, depending on the structure of the measuring unit. Will show that the less the cyclic volume is, the measurement counter size will also getting less, because of the diaphragm size will getting less. So you can see once more, it's going from inside, then that side, again it's coming out, rotating, and the gears and crankshafts are rotating accordingly, so that it will create that one unit accordingly. Yeah. So here we have done a small kind of to understand in a better way the cyclic volume. Say we have given our to all type of these are the cyclic volume in liters: 1.2 liter, 1 liter, 0.8, 0.6. I mentioned only four kinds of. And if we pass 10 liters of gas or air, whatever, so to this, to measure this 10 liters, a 1.2 liter cyclic volume will get 8.33 round of rotation, whereas for 1 liter is 10.8, it's 12.5, and zero point 0.6 is 16.67. So you can derive from here only that the more the liter the cyclic volume is, the less the rotation is. That means the wear and tear accordingly will be less for any meter. So you can anyway get similar kind of measuring unit and measuring calculation on this part. Per unit will be same for every volume, cyclic volume, but the working capacity will increase as and when you are decreasing the cyclic volume. So that's why in our co-host already told that why 1.2 is a better choice. This is the diaphragm typical look. I think many of you have not seen how diaphragm looks like. So this is the rubber kind of thin rubber, synthetic kind of thing, and it's placed on a aluminum plate so that it will get stuck on this part, and it will compress the gas and expand the gas accordingly. And the size of the diaphragm depends on the cyclic volume. So the lower the cyclic volume, lower the size of this diaphragm. So you can now, this is another video. You can see the functionality of gas meter in a better way over here. See, the gas is going inside there. This is the inlet. Once this gas is going inside, so this is the casing, outside casing, and the measuring unit is inside, which is measuring the gas, and it's coming out. Now, index accordingly, the crankshaft is rotating. According the pinion gears are rotating, and these gears are connected with the counter, measuring counter, which is accordingly getting rotated. So by this, you can measure the cyclic the SCM or gas volume per unit like this. So this is the inside mechanism we are following for this. Like this, the gas is going in and out, and diaphragm is getting two type of compression and expansion. Accordingly, the gases you measure. So I hope this will give a basic idea on the functionality of gas meters. So once this gas is going in and out, that means one cyclic volume completed. Now coming to that year part, how this rotation is coming and how this once this part inlet and outlet, once it will open once the inlet is out, that time the outlet is closed, and once this inlet part is closed, then outlet is open. So the gas will transfer from one chamber to another one by one, not simultaneously. For this we have this video. This is the mechanical part. As I told you, that is a purely mechanical thing. So all these gears are rotating accordingly. This point, this point, this is the main connection from the inlet to the outlet, and this gear is moving accordingly. These two gears are moving, and the counter is rotating accordingly.
Kaushik sir, please conclude.
Yeah. I don't know. It's getting some. Going to this next slide is getting a problem for me. Second, gone, right?
Yes.
Uh, this is the coupling. In my last slide, I shown that how this communication happening. So this is the coupling. Couplings are of two type. One is magnetic coupling, one is mechanical coupling. In mechanical coupling, what we are doing is VA is completely mechanical thing, so it needs very preciseness. But advantage of this is a purely tamper proof, because no magnetic tamper proof, because it's there is no use of any magnet or something. But in this type of inductive coupling, magnet is in use. So by the induction, this rotate moves. So it's have a ye ki there we don't need any holes or something kind of that in the body of the casing. But here we have to very precise also, that it will follow that IP rule as well, and the counter will move as well. So there a small test we have done here, that if you place, just going fast, if you place a 5 Tesla magnet, or maybe 0.2 Tesla as well magnet over the main of the counter, and this counter, the rotating factor, if it's magnetic, then it will the meter will get slow. If this is a mechanical kind of coupling, then it will not, because there is no use of magnet or something like that. So it's always better to go for a mechanical coupling. These are the main tests where we do before supply the meters. One is external leak tightness, one is error of indication test, and pressure absorption test. So so they have these are defined in 1359 standard, and accordingly we follow this, so that the meter will be, each and every meter should be supplied as per the standard. These are the main certificates we need for the factory. That's ISO 9000, 14001, 27000, and 45000, what we already have. And these are the main certificates we have for the gas meter to supply. One is, I told you earlier, one is module B MID, module D MID, module B MID, model ye approval from WNM, and the dealer's license from WNM. These are the major 4 certificates. All from my side. I hope I have given a brief knowledge. I'm able to scatter a brief knowledge on the functionality of diaphragm meters. Thank you from my side, and thank you everyone for listening me. If you have any questions or answers, please contact Kundan sir for this. I have to take those answers. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaushik sir. You have very beautifully explained the working of the diaphragm gas meters and
Thank you.
issues related to the cyclic volume and magnetic susceptibility. You have also explained the types, selection, and uses of gas meters and their advantages in terms of ROI. So I thank you for your insight into this. Some members are want to discuss regarding cyclic volume. We will have a discussion session where I would invite some of the attendees also to discuss with the panel experts in the end. I will take one question. What is the significance of transient flow rate QT in gas meters?
Okay, QT actually, the range is Q min to Q max. So, to go from Q min to Q max, to measure it more properly, we have in between a transit, that is T is for transit here. So, if you consider overall the error factor plus minus 3, you can have 1.5 plus minus from Q min to QT and QT to Qmax 1.5. So overall, it's I think the range, to define the range in more clear way, this Q min to Qmax QT is for this transit. Yeah. I think Nayak sir will also be able to explain this in a bit little more.
Right, sir. So there are more questions from Mr. Anand Langalia also. What is
Yeah.
the calibration life cycle for diaphragm meters? Nayak, you can also answer if you would like to. So Kaushik sir, please, if you want to answer this.
This one, yeah, obviously. This one, actually, normally, as a, there is no such definition in standard for the life and all. But what we suggest from the manufacturing side, a normal life cycle, if you ask the manufacturer, it will be more like 6 7 years. Even Nayak are also shown in his slide also about the life. So 7 years for the domestic diaphragm meters, but utility normally asking for 10 years, maybe 15 20 years. And this will be done also, but that's not doesn't mean that within 7 years it will get stuck or something. But ideally, if you ask a manufacturer or maybe a standard regulators or maybe WNM, they will advise you for maximum 7 years. But provided, one of the important, again I'm coming to the cyclic volume, because of that, the lower the cyclic volume, the more it will do the exercise of the durability will decrease. So it's depend on the meters moreover, it also depends on the gas purity also. The more the gas is pure, the life will get exchanged. And periodically, after 7 years also, periodically, but gas meters are so in fact, it's domestic diaphragm meters. ROI is one of the most important. Otherwise, you may get it calibrated and resolved, but the calibration charges itself is so high, you can buy another new meter. So for domestic, for commercial diaphragm meters or maybe for RPD meters, periodic calibration is always recommended within 2 3 years maybe. But for diaphragm meters, it's always better to get it changed within 7 to 10 years.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
And some of the questions will be answered by our next speaker, who is an expert in the testing of meters. So